Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It is TLC Tuesday. I'm here with Kimberly. Hey, girl.
Hello, hello.
Hello. We got two people that are possibly riding first class on the struggle bus here today, guys.
Front row,
Front row.
right behind the driver.
I got 2 crowns this morning, and I don't do well with dental procedures. I roofied myself before we went, and then got there and the nitrous machine didn't work. And that was all I had been living for, was the nitrous machine that will relax you and kind of um, make you a little into a different la la land. And it didn't work. So at least I didn't get charged for it. But that was a very expensive morning where I was not knocked out to the extent that I like to be knocked out.
And it's not expensive for like Botox or a massage. It's not like I'm getting a fancy haircut and it's expensive,
But I
but I feel
enjoyed it.
great.
Yes. Uh-huh.
This is you're paying someone a lot of money to torture you,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind
Completely.
of like a metaphor for watching the 90 Day Fiance franchise.
No one's paying me to watch it, but I guess I do get paid by ads. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, you're
You
right.
are paying for Discovery Plus or cable service
I am. I'm paying for all of that.
for the pleasure of being tortured by these people.
And then poor Kimberly hasn't felt well for a few days, and I never got a straight answer from you if you ever went to the doctor. So,
I said you pressured me into going.
huh?
I went to urgent care. COVID and flu were negative, but she said
Okay.
you have all of the flu signs except you don't have the nasal stuff or the throat stuff. You
Right.
just have a horrible headache, like blood rushing in your ears kind of headache,
Yeah.
neck pain, body aches,
Yeah.
joint pain, um, a little dizziness,
Yeah.
and just didn't know what was going on. So she wanted me to go get a head CT at the ER,
Mm-hmm.
and I emailed my doctor, and she said, "You don't have to do that as long as the over-the-counter flu medicine is making a dent in the pain." And I
Yeah.
said, "It is making a dent in the pain." And she said, "Okay, then you're probably good. It's probably not like meningitis or something," which is
Jeez.
like if you have neck pain, which I've had. I don't know why I get neck pain, but not like this.
Yeah.
And this headache has been every day. But today the headache's pretty much gone. I just am so low energy.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping at night. It's just miserable.
You
Poor
guys,
Benji has not gotten on a long walk in a long time. Poor boy.
Benji,
He's never gonna get adopted. I haven't even recorded our Dateline episode because I haven't felt up for it. I need a lot of energy for that. I can be
Yeah,
low energy at Pink Shade.
that's right, that's right, that's right.
But, we're pushing our ads, and our episode's probably gonna come out on Friday, which we've never done before, I don't think, ever.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
as long as our advertisers say it's okay.
yeah. Oh god, you guys, what is happening? And then all this other stuff that happened, and then I was like, and then Matt's like, Mercury is in retrograde, and I was like, I don't know if I believe in that, but maybe I do.
Now I do, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
I do now. Yeah.
Let me tell you another interesting fun fact, and then we will continue with something upbeat. Um, uh, when Anna, my daughter, was born, her birthday is March 11th.
Mhm.
Fun fact, Matt's birthday, I think, is March 12th. Um, when maybe it's the 13th, I think it's the 12th. When my daughter was born was the first time that we had a war with Iran
Oh,
23 years ago, because I remember like my sister-in-law wrote like, welcome to the world, like here's a blanket or whatever. On the day you were born, like we bombed Iran or something. I was like,
good
wow.
times.
Wow, good times for this new baby. Um, anyway, her birthday's coming back around, and here we are again. So, just goes
That's
to
like on The
show.
Office when, I think Oscar gets like a framed newspaper page
Mm,
for Jim and Pam's baby of the day, and it's like, "Spring has sprung." It's like a perfect headline, but then the baby gets born like the next day, and it's like, "Scranton Strangler strikes again." Kills the master victim.
That is about right, and so that is Listen, I don't understand anything about anything, but I will tell you this. I did DM quite a bit with Elise last night, so I'll have my inside information for that. And I did announce yesterday on Mugshot Monday that my interview with Kimberly of Kimberly was going to be coming out on Thursday. Well, guess what? She had a conflict, so that will not be coming out on Thursday. But if you're a listener here on the free feed, you are going to get the Love is Blind wedding episode. That'll come out on the
Ooh.
paid feed on Wednesday and the free feed on Thursday because I had to put something in that spot. I'll be on a boat. I can't record an extra episode at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And not because I can't feel half my face, but because I don't have time. So anyway, enjoy that. Enjoy that prime content over
Prime
on the free
content.
feed. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
love that.
My dentist today told me she watches Love is Blind.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that.
I was like, oh, look at me. Did I just gain
A
a
lot of
listener?
people do. My
Yeah.
brother and his wife do, and they don't watch
Mhm.
any reality TV. So
My son and his girlfriend just finished watching The Traitors.
yes.
I told them to watch it.
I also had to cancel our Traders live stream, which was such
I
a
know.
bummer. And I'm so sad about that. So hopefully this Friday will feel better. And I thought the reunion was going to be this
Nope.
week.
They dropped
They
it.
dropped it. And so we'll do a belated catch up with whoever wants to come on and join us. My brother and his wife really want to come on because actually they do watch Traders now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they really want to be part of it. They want to be on the podcast. They begged to come on Great British Bake Off, our Bake
Yeah.
Off show, and it never happened. A date with the bake. And so I owe them. So
Kimberly, that will be very exciting. I won't be able to watch it because I'll be on a boat, but I'll
Yeah.
be able to watch it later because I am a member of your Patreon.
yes, of course you
Okay.
are.
Of course. All right, let's get started.
I just dropped yours, but it's fine. No,
No,
I'm
you
just kidding. No.
You guys, this is heavy on the Kimberly because if you're new here, we like assign people, and sometimes it'll be like, oh my gosh, all my people are this week. And then what happens is I will go, oh wow, you had too many people. Let me take this couple. But Kimberly didn't alert me, and I didn't go to take my notes till after my root canal crown situation.
It's usually on me because I usually do it first. Do my notes ahead of like
And
well
and
ahead of time.
you didn't tell me, and I feel
No.
terrible about it.
Yeah, I don't want to be a burden.
Well, you're sick, and you should have been a burden. You
Yeah,
should have said.
but you can't feel half your face. So
It's true, and when I do feel it, boy, is it gonna hurt. That's cute. Where did that come from? You just pulled that out of nowhere. She's got a little
I know, I
sign.
just had this here.
Huh.
Benji.
Oh, Benji, hi.
He doesn't want to have a smile today.
You know, lots of people are talking about how cute Benji is and like, oh, I wish I lived in Southern California. He's so cute.
I know. He is so cute.
I do have to say one last thing. I had to do some errands yesterday. And so I went over to Staples, which is where I do my Amazon returns. And next door is a PetSmart. And I'm not lying when I say there were 200 to 300 dogs outside. They were doing an adoption day situation.
Wow.
So I don't know why all these people were there with dogs. I don't know if they were like you and they were fostering dogs and they were there with dogs to try to like, hey, look at this dog. Don't you want to adopt it? I don't know. But there were
maybe
so
those
many
people were
dogs.
volunteers.
Maybe they were all volunteers and they were there with the dogs to showcase the dogs. Because it would be like 3 people walking a dog around.
Yeah.
And then 2 people talking to one dog.
Yeah.
There were so many dogs. I mean, I couldn't even hardly walk into the Staples. I was like, hello, doggies. And then I'm getting very distracted by the dogs. I don't know what was happening. It was crazy.
That's exciting though. I
know.
hope some got adopted.
I'm sure they did, but I wrote to Anna and I said, she's like, where are you? I said, well, I was trying to get over to pick up our dogs at the groomer. And I said, I am near the PetSmart and there are so many hundreds of dogs out here. And she was like, don't tell me that because I'm going to go get one.
Yeah.
And I said, not in this house. So
no.
But guess what? If you had your own house, you could.
That might be a little impetus.
No, came home. She was still here. Okay. Before the 90 days, season 8, episode 12, final boarding call. So now we've
What?
gone back to
Are we a fucking joke to you, Matt Sharp Productions? Or
what
do
is
we
it?
look like clowns to you?
What's
Are you
happening?
Do you think you can just play with us like this? Go out of order? Now we're boarding the plane? Are
Did
you
some
kidding me?
did some people get off the plane and now some people are getting on the plane and now it's final boarding call? These instructions are out
Has
of
the
order.
plane been flying in reverse this whole time in some sort of time warp show and it's lost and we are going backwards
Oh,
in time?
yeah,
Why are we final boarding call? That still wouldn't make sense because we still have half the season to go.
I know.
So that I don't understand. I don't what I'm so mad. I literally wrote, "Are we a fucking joke?"
It's
Like Matt Sharp Productions.
stop it right now.
Sometimes I hate you.
Okay. Well, don't say
I
that.
feel like you're an abusive lover
Well,
and you're
sometimes,
gaslighting me and I
yes,
won't be gaslit.
we don't like these titles. We
No.
don't like them.
Well, at least put them in order
Or
of
have them
the
make
natural
sense. Yes.
procedure of getting on a plane and going somewhere.
Yes, I agree with all that. So, and I get it because they did final boarding call, like Elise was having trouble going to Australia. Like, I kind of get it, but it just wouldn't have been
Everyone else has
hard.
been there for a long
I
time.
know. Everybody
So
else is final boarding carded to head back home.
exactly.
Well, we're going to start with Elise and Joshua. And no less than 6 people DM'd me last night saying, I can't wait to hear your hot takes on her bags. Now, here's what I will tell you. Nobody in the world would have their bags displayed in their place like that if they weren't real.
Mm.
So I wrote her and said, lots of people are asking me about your bags.
Yes.
And in the past, I have clocked a lot of fake bags. I've clocked a lot of and Darcy Darcy and Stacy fake bags.
Mhm.
And she wrote back, bitch, clock me. All mine are real.
Yep.
And then I said, I love you. Will you come back on the show? And she said, I was hoping you would ask. So she's going to
Listen,
come back on.
this woman had $500,000 stolen from her. She can afford real bags.
We've seen her parents. There have been things online about how rich her parents are.
Yeah.
She is a model, I think a successful model. I mean, look at her. And I do believe she's had a series of very rich fiancés, except for that one
Yep.
that stole the money, and boyfriends. So,
Yep.
uh, all her bags are real, and she has them
Mhm.
displayed in a way that made me very happy in her bedroom.
I didn't even notice that. So you might need to describe it to people.
At the foot of her bed, so when she was on the floor in her bedroom packing,
Yeah.
all against the wall is like it's like a half wall because it's like
Uh-huh.
her bedroom's in the loft area, so it's a half wall. The half wall to the floor was shelves, like 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here,
Okay.
all across with little lights displayed.
I don't know how I missed that.
It was beautiful. It was like going to a store. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, yeah, and I said, "Only a serial killer would go to that much effort to display fake bags."
Yeah, totally.
And she was like, "Not a serial killer. They're all real." I was like, "Good for you. Good for you." Yes.
So she's packing for her trip and she's showing off her red light sleep mask, which I also would like to know what kind she uses.
Mm.
I probably can't afford it.
I have
I
Dr.
need one,
Gross. I have Dr.
but
Gross. Yeah.
and how much was that?
It was about $500 years ago, but I waited until it was Sephora, like, double points day, and you could get, like, 40% off one item or whatever. Sephora does it once or twice a year,
Oh,
and I used it for that. Yeah.
that's very smart.
Mhm.
Because I would like one of those. So she's like, "Is this sexy?" Will Joshua
Mhm.
think this is sexy? So how long is she going on this trip for? Do we know? Because she's packing 8 purses.
She's packing 5 50-pound bags. Um, I don't know how at least 2 weeks. I think if you go to Australia, you have to stay at least 2 weeks, right? Because of just the time difference and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's so excited to meet Joshua, and she starts calling him Josh in this episode.
Joshua.
So yeah.
Mm.
She says, "I'm so excited to meet him and to see if he can be my future husband. Let's not put the cart before the
Wow.
horse."
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So she pours out this huge basket of bikinis, including what she thinks are granny style bottoms, bikini bottoms, which are more than I would ever show and
Yes.
have ever showed, even when I was 20.
Yes.
She says it's been 6 months since she's had sex, which is
Wow.
the longest time since freshman year of high school. So,
Okay. All right.
okay.
Well, your
I mean,
parents
if
your
I looked
parents are
like her,
watching. Your parents are
yeah, your
watching.
parents are watching. She wants to take it slow with Joshua, but even if not, if she did want to do it, the roommate is going to be there. And she's talked to the roommate and he's nice. And I was like, I thought from the preview that the roommate was a female. So I was very confused at this point. And I thought Joshua had been putting on a fake friend on the phone that she had
Mm,
talked to, and it was not his roommate.
mhm.
So this is where my mind was going. So I'm also very sick. So who knows what.
It was a fever dream. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she says, I've talked to the roommate. He's really nice, but it's super weird that Joshua at 40 needs to split the rent with the room. It's a rental. And because he lives with his parents and he needs to he can't even rent a place for like a couple weeks without a roommate.
Mhm.
That seems weird. And she
Mhm.
says, if he would have told me his finances up front, I would have split it with him. But I don't want to offend him by making a big deal about it. So I'm going with the flow. And so then her friend Yulia picks her up from the airport. And I thought it was 3 suitcases. It's 5 suitcases. They're 50 pounds each.
It looks like 5 suitcases to me. It looks like maybe 3 of them are 50 pounds and the 2 of them are like carry-ons, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can't even carry them down the stairs alone. Like they each need to grab a side. So Elise says she told Yulia about this mysterious last text from Josh because she was so stressed about it. And she says Josh sells boats for a living. She calls him a
Okay.
yacht broker, which
Okay.
you could sell boats and not be like a yacht broker. I don't know what's considered a yacht, but like you could sell dinghies and be a boat seller,
Right.
but not be a. We're unsure. He works for a company.
Mhm.
And a few weeks ago, he took his friends out on a joyride on a boat that his company was selling. So, company property.
Mhm.
And he crashed the boat into the rocks,
I mean,
which sounds alarmingly like Paul Murdoch.
that's the first thing I thought of because true crime people think alike, and the first thing I thought was like, "Oh my gosh, was anybody thrown from the boat and never found?" Mount
Was
Beach. Yeah.
um Josh um so couple things.
Mm.
Paul was wasted.
Yeah.
Was Josh drinking with his buddies? I've
Questionable.
now that we've met Josh and Chris,
Mhm.
I think it's highly likely they were drinking.
Mhm.
And but the other big point is that Paul was like 16 or 17.
Right.
His frontal lobe was not developed at all.
Right.
Josh is 39 years old. You've had 39 years on this planet for get your prefrontal lobe dumb fuckery out of your system.
Yeah. To go on a joyride on a boat, if so let's say
That's
he's a
stolen.
stolen. He stole a boat from where he works to go on a joyride with his buddies, thought that was a good idea, and then was stupid enough to
Crashed
crash
it.
it. And so he's on his last leg at work. I was like, it seems like that would have been no leg. That would have been like, "You fired."
You fired.
And maybe the reason
And you
he
have to pay
can't
for all this
yeah, that
property.
I think
You have
that's the
to,
reason he has to live with his parents or wherever he lives because he has to
because
pay them.
I mean, some yachts are like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Some of them are
are
hundreds of
millions of
millions of
dollars.
dollars. Yes.
So I don't know how big this yacht was, but
It's
the
not good.
damage could be, this is just horrible. So he got a final warning, and
It's a red flag.
Yulia says,
It's a red flag.
huge red flag.
Huge. Yeah.
Yulia says, this is so irresponsible for like a almost 40-year-old man to do this.
Yeah.
And Elise said, so I just found out he might lose his job and he lives with his parents,
Mhm.
but I really like
Mm.
him. And said, if I didn't go, I would always wonder what
Right.
would have happened. So I have to go. And Yulia's like, just keep your heart closed
Yeah,
and
because
your legs closed.
he's good looking. He's got an Australian accent.
Mhm.
So right there, your defenses are weakened. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I would say maybe wait until he has his shit together. Give him 6 months or a year to, like, maybe get a different job and be moved out. No.
No, that's not how these
May
people
in the
operate.
mean-time, if you meet someone rich in Florida,
Right.
yeah, then it wasn't meant to be. So
Or just not a scammer or not facing charges from their business. Just they don't have to be rich. They just have to be like regular. Yeah.
regular and like a decent person, um, or a well-meaning sugar daddy. I'm
That's fine too. Yeah.
She would be a perfect sugar baby
I think she's dabbled in the sugar baby realm.
for sure, but she
Yeah.
seems to want something real now, but
She
she is a
does.
horrible picker.
Horrible.
So she needs, I hate to say it, I always say it, that she needs a conservatorship. She needs, um, she needs a panel of people who are in charge of her love life. Like us, we could do it, and like she presents the men, and we say yay or nay.
But we're gonna need
Or
all the facts. We're gonna need
we
all
need
the
all the
facts.
well, we'll need a forensic accountant, first of all, to dive
Yeah.
into their
Mhm,
finances,
mhm,
and
mhm.
we need, she need or like a professional matchmaker. She needs like someone like Seema Auntie from Indian
Yes.
matchmaking.
When I was getting my double crowns today, um, you know that when you lay down, they have like the TV above you, and the lady goes, do you want to have on Netflix or something?" I go, "Yeah." I go, "I like when you put on the Barack Obama like parks around the world, and then you see
Uh-huh.
all that. It's not great when you see like a lion like killing a gazelle or something, but
Right.
otherwise it's interesting. So when I
Yeah.
open my eyes, I have something to look at." Um, and she goes, "Oh, okay." So she puts it on, and the
Does he
first thing,
narrate it?
yeah,
Oh, I could okay, I need to watch that. That would
sometimes
put me in a happy state.
it's amazing, and it's like in this park in, Zimbabwe, da da da,
Yeah.
da, and there's a type of worm that's never been seen before, and they show
Oh,
it, and it's
tell
like,
me about the worm, Barack.
"Tell me
Tell
about the
me about the
worm,"
worm.
and it eats a snail, and you're like, "How beautiful."
Ah,
And
life.
it's really close National Geographic, it's
Yeah.
really cool. So anyway, before that came on, she goes, "Oh, yeah, let me find it again," because it had been on and it turned off. She said, "Let me find it again," and the first thing came up was Indian matchmaking.
Mm.
And the dentist goes, "Oh, that show looks good." I go, "I've covered it. I've
Yep.
covered it. It is a great show." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, tell me what you cover on your podcast." And so, whenever you say Love After Lockup or 90 Day Fiance, they sort of glaze over.
Yeah.
But she was very interested that I covered Love Is Blind.
I
So
love that.
so
She's our people.
she said she's gonna listen on Thursday. I was like, "Okay, just watch out. I have a dirty mouth." Sorry.
Yeah. See, I just lie, and remember, I need
Yeah,
to
I know.
a
I know.
fake story.
Yeah.
But I still haven't found a good one. I'm gonna say something that Elise's, like, boyfriends do, like,
Yacht
I
broker.
am a yacht broker. I'm
Mhm,
gonna start
mhm.
saying I'm a yacht broker.
People would believe it.
So
You live near the water. You could be a yacht broker.
I don't dress like a yacht broker, though. So, you yacht broke in, flip-flops? I don't think so.
You're like, "I have a very casual Jimmy Buffett style client." Yeah.
So 20 minutes later, she's at the counter. It's like 20 minutes later, very
Mm,
dramatic music. She's at the counter of the airport. Am I getting pranked? She's freaking out. She applied for a tourist visa and it was instantly approved because maybe they love Americans in Australia. I don't know.
mm.
Um, and she's like, now it's saying your visa is denied. I Girl, go home. It's not meant to be. If this You needed a sign. So she starts crying and the guy has ran it through the system. He's called border control in Australia,
Mhm.
ran it 8 times. It keeps getting denied. Finally, it gets approved, which we already knew because we've seen in the previews that she's in Australia. So it turns out that Elise transposed her first and her last name on the visa form.
Okay, sometimes on those forms, like, if you're going in and out
It
of a
is
country
confusing.
and they give you the form on the plane and they tell you, "Fill out 1 for your group," and then everybody else, all that. First of all, everybody hands them to me, and I do them all. So I do the first one, and I really study it
Yeah.
because it will say, like, surname,
Yeah.
and, like, my son and my daughter for sure would put their first name. They
Right.
would not know surname means last name. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
you have to
Yes.
yeah, I'm sure that it happens all the time. And they looked at her and goes, "Is your name Benson Elise?" And she's like,
Right.
"Hold on. It's Elise Benson." Yes. I think it happens
It's
a
a good
lot.
thing you're pretty, Elise.
Mhm, mhm.
So, she tells the counter guy, "If I wasn't about to meet the man of my dreams, I would ask for your number because you've been very helpful." And then she goes like this to the camera, like she full on pose. She's been filming herself and she keeps and then she boards the plane and she is full on eye fucking herself in the phone. She's like,
It has to be a selfie stick, right?
it
Because
has
her
because
arms appear to be down by her side, but she's definitely doing like
I don't
this
know,
with
she's a
one arm.
professional and she
Yeah.
has those gazelle
Yes.
limbs.
Yes.
So her, and she's just like
Oh,
this
yeah.
she's smizing as
Mhm.
she's walking down the aisle of the plane. I'm like a sweaty mess whore person, like a just
Oh,
like
yes, me too.
with my hair up and I'm trying to stressed about where am I going to put my bag. So she boards the plane. Then we meet Joshua. He's 39 in Sydney. He's cute. I do not believe he's under 40. Um,
He just needs to grow his hair out. He and his buddy both had, like, super tight shave to the head hair on the sides, and then it was long on the and this maybe that's an Australian look, but, I didn't like it. His hair needed to be a little
um,
longer,
I
and he
think
did
it's a
look like
sunscreen issue.
he'd spent a lot of time in the sun. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, mhm,
Um,
but cute.
so he needs some peels, but he's super cute.
Mhm.
So Joshua, he's walking down the street and his friend from a window in a building above yells, "Oi, dickhead." So that's our intro. I
Yeah.
loved it. So Josh says, "I'm between places at the moment."
Mm, mhm,
So I rented a nice place for Elise's visit with my friend Chris, who is a man. So I
mm,
was totally wrong at this point. So I
mhm.
was like, "Oh, okay. I completely misunderstood that preview." So he's bought groceries that she's requested, but only some of what she's requested because he cannot maybe afford all of the groceries she requested.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, Chris is teasing, like, "You're shitting yourself now, right? Are you so excited?" They're just broing out, teasing each other.
So do you think this is
Um,
Chris's apartment and he's just staying in the guest room?
it's possible,
Okay.
but Chris ta has put a framed poster of himself in a tuxedo
Mhm,
drinking scotch in front of a roaring fire.
mhm.
Which I don't know why he has that photo, but that's hilarious, and
Uh,
it's a huge poster, and it's framed, and he's put it in Josh's bedroom above the bed,
it's
and he's
funny.
like it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, Josh and says, "Elise is beautiful, she's so gorgeous, but she's also a good listener, and she's fiery," but I think that's a good quality until she blows up at my local bar, and I see the fieriness in person, so
Yep. Yep.
And then it's like the Fire Festival, which was a good quality in no one.
Uh,
So
okay.
Josh and Chris are going to the Melbourne Cup, which is like a horse race, and it's
Uh-huh.
the biggest day in Melbourne. It's a huge deal. And they're going after they pick up Elise at the airport. And he says, "She's spontaneous. She'll like it." It's
Nobody would
great.
want this. Not one person in the
Not one
world.
person.
No, that
Not
is
even a jet
terrible.
setter model person who is
N
used to weird hours and traveling.
I agree with all that. That is crazy behavior. I would be like,
Yeah,
"I'm gonna need to go to your apartment, sleep for, like, 2 days, get on the
yeah,
correct time zone, wake me at 8 in the morning 2 days from now, so I'll think it's" I I
yeah,
would I've gone backwards in time, I've gone forwards in time, like, this
yeah,
is crazy behavior. Crazy.
no. So, Chris is like, "Do you think she'll like it here being a Miami girl? I bet she'll like me, but I think she'll probably have a problem with Nat."
Mm,
So, aren't American girls more jealous and they don't like the man and women being friends thing? And Josh says, "I've never even thought about that." So I wasn't wrong. Josh says Nat is a very special female friend of his who has let him into her home and he has been staying with her for 3 months.
mhm.
And the producer says, wait, rewind. Elise told us that you are staying with your parents. And he
Mhm.
goes, huh,
Huh.
huh,
Huh. I forgot
huh.
about that.
And then he smiles. So is he a pathological liar? Like most people on the show tend to
Or
be.
or just a liar. He could be a regular liar. We don't know yet.
Sure, a
Yeah.
sometimes liar.
Yeah.
Or did she misunderstand? Like, although
Yeah,
I really doubt it.
I
I
don't think
really doubt it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think he fully told her, "I'm staying with my parents."
yeah.
So Josh and Chris pull up at the airport, and Josh says, "I'm nervous. Hold my hand." And they're holding hands in the car, and then they're holding hands walking in. It's very funny.
It's funny.
Also, Josh's pants are so tight; they are painted on. You can
Yeah.
see every curve of his thigh muscles,
Yeah.
which are large. They're
That's
leggings.
they're very tight pants to go to a horse race.
Yeah. So Elise lands. She's filming herself. She looks amazing. Nothing like me on a plane after traveling
How
for a day.
how do you travel for 25 hours and get off the plane looking like that?
No idea.
Yeah.
Genetics. So she says, I'm exhausted and some help.
Yeah, but I mean, like, did she wash all her makeup off on the plane
Start over.
and then start over? And then how'd she get her hair to she told me she never brushes her hair, that's the trick, and she uses Pantene. That's what she told me.
Yeah, that
So,
works on you, girl. That would not work on me. I'd
uh,
have a full-on rat's nest.
it was saying
So, she's like, I'm
I would
exhausted.
look like Aviva is what I would look like. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she says, I'm exhausted. I look like Aviva now, so I need to stop making fun of Aviva. I wish I looked face like Aviva, but my hair is starting to look like Aviva.
Mine too.
So she says, I'm exhausted, but I'm meeting Josh for the first time. And this man walking by says, beautiful lady. And which I think just literally happens to her every single day because she's very used to it.
I wouldn't
And
know. Yeah.
I went, yeah. So also I might be like, what? I have a brain to comment on my looks. I might be like a raging feminist.
I might be like, "Oh my god, me? Thank you. What?
Yeah.
I'm 57."
In
Yes.
reality, I'd probably be too uncomfortable to say anything. So I'd be like, thanks. Don't murder me.
Don't murder me. Don't follow me to my car. Yeah.
Yeah. So she says, thank you. I hope my husband thinks so too. I'm about to meet him for the first time.
Okay. Let's don't call him your husband, okay?
Woo. So she's freshening up in the airport bathroom. She saw that Josh's social media that Chris is with him, and she's spiraling. Why did he bring Chris? What are we doing? Why are they wearing suits? What is happening? Is he nervous to meet me? Why can't he afford an apartment? Is he living with his parents?
Yeah.
She's like spiraling. My parents, I can't let my parents down. I can't like let them, have to bail me out again. As long as Josh doesn't steal $500,000 from you, then you're good. But
That's a win. Yeah.
so she comes out in her skimpy leggings and bra top,
Mhm.
which I just don't understand. And they hug and kiss, and she's saying how sexy he is, and she says, I feel like I look like shit and he looks amazing, like and that's an oxymoron, right? Isn't that? Oh no, wait, an oxymoron is, I don't know what an oxymoron is. I'm very tired, but
Yeah.
at least she knows that she is wrong and that what she said was not an oxymoron.
That's
So
right. That's good.
yeah. So he tells her it's like the biggest day of the year here, huge horse race. Come with us to a bar and we're going to celebrate. She's like, I need to shower and I'm
Yeah.
disgusting. And Chris comes up and she hugs Chris, and they need to be there in like 13 minutes. So time is of the essence for the first race to start.
But I mean,
And
my God, I think this is so rude.
it is.
Yeah.
So they say after some tequila, you won't even care if you've showered.
Great idea.
She could go back to the apartment and then you guys can go out.
Yeah, give her like some alone time to like unpack and shower and take
Yeah.
a rest and yeah.
But they do say you're not supposed to go like to sleep. You should like get on that time zone, like wait until nighttime to fall asleep.
I don't know. Not in this
To get
situation. I don't know.
It's a lot. So Chris says, well, just pull something out of your 50 suitcases. It'll, and she's like, and then that's where she likes it because she loves clothes. And she's like, we'll do a fashion show here in the airport.
Right.
Grab a suitcase, open it up, look for dresses. So they're pulling out dresses and she's like, I want something sluttier than that. And then she's like, that dress, I don't need a bra or underwear in. And Chris is like, that'll save some time. So let's go. So Josh loves that she's being a trooper, which is what everyone on Pillow Talk called her.
Mhm.
And she gets ready in the bathroom. She comes out ready for the runway. She could be going to a Miami cocktail party by the beach.
She's not bloated, puffy, nothing.
No. Boobs are out, no underwear.
Always.
It's amazing. And she's like, now I match you guys. So they're all strutting in their, fancy outfits. So good for her. She handled it well.
Not me.
I wouldn't, but she did.
I wouldn't have. Nope. I've been like, are you insane? No, you guys go. What time will you be back? I'll be ready and cute by then. But in between, I might take a 4-hour nap.
I do worry that she suffers a bit from cool girl syndrome where she's trying hard to be the cool girl that like watches football and drinks beer and goes with the flow and doesn't ever complain about things. And she might be leaning into that a lot. And that's not real. So if you are annoyed, like you can be annoyed. And if you would rather go shower, say you'd rather go shower.
Let me see what she wrote, because I wrote her and said, girl, is this man homeless?
Right.
And let me see what she replied. I said, girl, is this man homeless? Is he hot and homeless? And she wrote, oh, girl, the drama. I'll explain it when I come on your show. So
yeah,
she'll explain it. But hot and homeless is not what we're there for. Okay.
No.
Now, unfortunately for you, we're going to go to Aviva and Stig. I did post a picture of her hair last night and say, are there showers in Belize? Our bunkie, Melissa, that lives in Belize half the year, wrote and said that she had to leave Belize early. I think she did something to her ankle or something. She had a medical situation. No. And she said, however, she has put her niece on the case, and it continues to be the same answer. No one knows who this man is. Told you my realtor went there and asked 3 people at the resort where she stayed. No one had ever heard of him and looked at her like she had 10 heads. So
I love it.
We're still going with, he is a legend in his own mind. Okay.
So it's the next day. She's going to meet her Aunt Spring, and Stig wishes she wouldn't because Aunt Spring is going to poison her mind with more truths. I mean, lies. And he doesn't want to lose Aviva over this. It would be stupid to lose her over this. You cheating?
It's not really
stupid.
And is the girl pregnant? It's questionable.
Yeah. Aviva and her greasy hair meets Spring in her Madonna era, which only missing is the pointy bras.
Yep.
And Spring's niece, Corinne, is there. So Aviva orders a strong mojito because she's stressed. Girl, you might also be pregnant, so don't have too many, please.
Correct.
1 is fine. So Aviva tells them what Stig's story was, that girl was just a fan that he took a photo with. And Corinne's like, this girl's been my best friend since childhood. Like, she wouldn't lie to me. Here's the photo in question. And she's been telling me about him for a long time, how they've been together on and off and hooking up. And when I heard that you were dating him, I thought that was really weird because they're hooking up, sexual and everything. And
as opposed to they're just hooking up to play pickleball. They're hooking up sexually.
They have exactly. Okay. So, like Laura and Michael are just play pickleball buddies. So, and also they did Corinne dirty by doing a shot of her missing the straw. Like I rewound it like 10 times. She goes like this, like it was one of these, like where you can't get the straw in your mouth. Now I don't believe you, Corinne. Like,
Corinne,
why
are you drunk? Yeah,
they did that dirty. Like they should have had her.
She's
put it right up to the mouth, touching her nose to her finger, counting backwards from 100, like so that we know she's sober and we can believe her and this friend. So Aviva says, okay, so what's going on currently before I lose my mind on him? Like, what's the current situation with them? And so Corinne's like, let me call her. So Aviva says, So they call the friend, and Aviva says, ask her when was the last time you and Stig had sex. And the friend says, last month. And when we were like in Palencia together. And Aviva says, are you still communicating with him? Yes, they still talk. Did he tell you he was in a relationship? And Corinne is like repeating, and she's like, so he said to her that he's single. So yeah.
I
Like
wish the
she's
girl was on speakerphone. I wish
I
we
know.
could heard her answers. Yeah.
I know. So Aunt Spring is just so pleased with herself. She's like a cat that swallowed a canary. She's just like, I told you. So he's never mentioned Aviva at all. Do you hear that, Aviva? Waiter. So he has never mentioned her at all. Like, but I'm not happy about it. I don't know why I'm smiling. So Corinne says, okay, thanks, friend. I owe you a night out, as if to be like, look, we are friends, Aviva. I just called her friend and I
Yeah.
said that
Yeah.
we are going to go out. So believe me.
Yeah.
So they hang up. And Spring says, Aviva, do you still believe him when he says she's just a fan? And you say, she's just a fan. And you say, he's just a fan. Oh, baby. And Aviva says, not really. And I was like, not really? Some of the chemicals in your unwashed hair have seeped into your brain because what is not really?
I would have liked to have seen more than the one picture.
I need more proof for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm already at like 90% before this happened with Stig.
Yeah.
So
It's a tough one because it's not like this girl was like, here are 6 other pictures from that
right.
vacation we went on together.
And here is our entire thread that I've sent
Yes.
you in a Word document, like, or screenshots. Like, here's my SIM card.
It's just him on the
It
text
could be
and
manipulated.
one picture. So yeah.
And girls can be crazy.
Yeah, they can.
And they can be good at Photoshop. So it's like, Aviva, you're still being very naive. Or she has a very extremely early case of mommy brain or pregnancy brain. And that's why she's falling for this. So Sprig says she has no reason to lie. And Aviva, she didn't even know about you. Like, remember, that's my favorite part of this. Did I mention she didn't even know about you? She never heard of you. And I know that must be hurtful to you, but I'm just going to keep mentioning it with a little smile on my face. So then Corinne gets a text from the friend and she says, oh my gosh, she's saying that they have an upcoming trip in San Pedro at the end of the month from Friday to Sunday, which is right after Aviva leaves.
Okay, well, then we'll need photo evidence of that trip, of the 2 of you together. I need you at the hotel. I need you drinking the drinks. I need you on the airplane. I need you in the car. I need lots of pictures. This one picture is not doing it for me.
No. Or like, can I see the confirmation trip, like with his name on it?
Right.
You know? So Aviva says, well, it sounds like the girl has a casual relationship with Stig, like she's blowing it off. But I mean, still, yeah, we were supposed to be exclusive. And if this is true, I don't even know him at all.
Right.
And well, you don't. Bada, you don't.
Yeah.
So even if it's not true, you do not know him at all. So, and you've been letting him shoot up the club. So that night, Aunt Spring and Aviva are meeting Stig's dad, and she still could not wash her freaking hair.
It's been days. It's been days of no washing. I don't
Even
understand.
Lisa had the decency to put on a fresh wig when she went to go meet the king.
That's right. The king.
So Spring orders them panty rippers.
Panty rippers are the name of the drinks they order. Yep.
In front of the dad, which love it. And Spring says, it's been an interesting day. We have a lot to talk about. And Stig's like, oh, good or bad? And he's nervous because Aviva has been ignoring his texts all day. And he thinks Spring has been really laying it on. So Spring says, okay, let's get started. Sorry, Dad, that this is the first time we're all meeting, but
Dad was really cute, by the way.
He seems so nice. And even we see a flashback of Stig filling him in on the situation, and the dad going, "Did you cheat with this girl?"
Yeah, he's like, "My son is who he is."
Is
Yeah.
who he is. Yeah. So they tell Stig, "We spoke to the girl on the phone." And he's
Mm,
like, "Corinne?" He's like, "No, the girl." And she said, "You guys have been hooking up and are going away together." And the dad goes, "Is this true?"
right.
And Stig's like, "No, I swear." And the dad says, "My son has always been drama. He has been always talking to a ton of girls. I never thought as a singer, musician in his lifestyle that he was going to slow down and commit to one girl. So I don't
Mm,
know what to believe." And so they pull out the phone and they show him the texts about going away together. And the dad says, "Well, can she show the text with back and forth like a thread,
yes,
so
right.
it's not just something that could be taken out of context or something that might be faked, like it might not
Mhm,
even be from him? She may not even have his real number. Do we even know that this is Stig that
right.
is the person talking to her?"
Good point.
And Stig says, "I'm having you meet my dad, Aviva. Like, I'm very serious about you. You can call me every day. You can track my location. I'll say it over and over again. I am a faithful. I'm not a traitor." And Aviva's like, "Oh, well, maybe, yeah, maybe this girl doesn't even have his number. And just ask Corinne, ask your friend what's his phone number.
Right.
Give us the last 4 digits so you
Just
can prove that you actually have his real number and this is the person you are talking to,
if this is
because
her
you have his
boyfriend,
number."
if this is her boyfriend that she sees all the time, she would have more than one picture.
Yes.
That's it.
So Aviva says, "I guess I'm gonna trust you." And Spring goes, "Hmm."
Spring's like,
And
"Foiled again." Yes.
mhm. And, she's like, "I know some mob people because I did witness that hit, so maybe I can have him taken out of the picture because my obvious other ploys are not working." So Spring, is like, "Hmm," and he goes, "What does that mean? Hmm." And she's like, "Well, it's whatever. It's Aviva's choice, but I'm not seeing through. I'm not, I'm seeing right through him. I'm not falling for this." And maybe Aviva can't see the truth because her eyelids are so droopy from those massive eyelashes that she never takes off.
Mhm, and the not washing of the face is clouding her vision.
It's
Mhm.
just grease and this all the time.
It's just
Like,
half-mast gla
yeah, I would love to
maybe
see
she's
her.
stoned.
She honestly does look stoned all the time,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be surprised. So Stig says, which is fine, whatever, but it
do
is
it.
clouding your judgment.
Yeah.
So Stig says, "I'm worried that there could be more that could come out." He says this to us. And when Aviva was like wanting us to be exclusive, I did make some changes, but I was still entertaining people. I wasn't sleeping around, but I was hanging around people,
Texting people.
texting people, and I'm not proud of it. Aviva doesn't know. But I hadn't met her in person, so I wasn't sure. And now that I've met her, I'm all in.
Okay. Well, this is
So this girl is telling the truth, is what I'm gathering. Or this girl is lying, but there are other girls that could come forward.
yeah, I think this girl is telling 75% of the truth. And
Yeah.
I don't think they actually have a trip planned. I think probably last time he saw her, he was like, "Oh, okay, well, in a few weeks, I'll see you in the other place because I have a show there," or something. And in her mind,
Mm,
"Oh, they're taking a trip
mm.
together," you know?
It could be, but he has just admitted that there are girls that he is sleeping with
Mhm.
or
There are.
hanging around with,
Texting, sexting, something.
texting, sexting,
Mhm.
something.
It's not good. It's not good. Well, congratulations on your baby. Okay. Um, Lisa and Daniel. All
Oh
right.
my god.
Here
Oh
we
my
go.
god.
Take a
Oh my
break.
god. Dear God.
Okay. So we open with Daniel and Lisa in a hotel room, and she's making up the bed, and he's just happily, voraciously eating a chocolate bar. Um,
Remember
no-
that.
just nothing to see here, no symbolism involved. And she's like, "Oh, I don't feel well." and we see sheets on the floor. And she goes, I don't know. I just don't feel good. And he goes, I don't know what's going on. Maybe you don't feel good because you ate too many of these spices here. Like you're not used to it. And she goes, I don't know. I've been sick in my life, but never so sick that I pooped the bed. And then he says, yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I woke up and the stuff had stained my clothes. And production says, she pooped on you? And he says, yeah, she pooped on me.
And then he keeps eating the chocolate.
He's eating that chocolate like they kept like he would eat it and they would just hand him another one. Like he was eating it for a long time. So
I think he's into the pooping. I think he was way too much of a jerk about pronouncing the name of that food right and like yelling at her. You're not pronouncing that right. Say it better. Don't drink that wine. Why aren't you wearing your wig? He is way too much of an asshole to be this nice about being pooped on unless you are someone who enjoys being pooped on.
I don't know if that's a kink.
Yes, it is, girl.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, whatever the poop name for golden shower is. Perhaps a brown bath, but I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
It is a kink. I'm 1000% positive, and I think he has it because he's being way too nice and un-Daniel like about it.
So she is saying, I don't know what happened. When I woke up, I was having explosive diarrhea and then I got up and I was trying to help change it and I kept going to the bathroom. It was explosive diarrhea.
They're going to get charged for those sheets. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They needed to borrow Rick's splash pad.
Totally needed the splash pad. And she goes, today of all days, Daniel has set up a romantic date for us for a cooking class. And
it's
then like
comedy.
she goes in the bathroom. He's like, do you need help? And she's like, no. Oh my God. I'm so glad they showed the sheets like wrapped up and they were still all white. Because I would have absolutely died if they would have shown any more than they did.
They need to burn those.
Yes, they needed to have in the middle of the night called the front desk and be like, we need housekeeping. We have a very sick person here. So they go to the class. The lady's going to teach them how to make oha soup. And we see the ingredients and it's like, here's the raw fish. Here's the other raw fish. Here's the fermented beans. Here's the fish you're going to have to dig out with your fingers, the fish guts. And she goes, oh, my stomach is really hurting. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. Here we go. Raw fish. So
she was a trooper too.
Yes, she was. And I kept thinking, how much of a deep clean did you do on your body and your hands and
your
the wig
fingernails
and the fingernails and
everywhere?
Just like,
Still, again, Silkwood shower.
So the talking head together, he says, it's important that she learns to cook as an Igbo woman. And she goes, I will learn to cook as an Igbo woman. And he says, yes, because in our culture, you eat in your home. If you have to go and eat outside of your home, another woman could catch your eye. And she goes, no, I don't want that to happen. I will learn to cook. So
wait, what?
That's what he says. If you go out of your home and eat food outside of your home, another woman could catch your eye. Like another woman that can cook correctly.
They've gone to a restaurant before.
That's right.
But I guess they weren't married yet. And so
no, they're still not. So now it's dark because this is a day-long situation. And they're going to go and there's a table set up outside. And she goes, this is so romantic. Look at this cute table. So they go and sit down and the woman comes out, serves the soup. And I guess this is like a community soup and you're supposed to like eat the bread because it's one bowl of soup. And he stands up and is putting his hands all in it. And all I can think about is the bacteria.
That's what they do though.
I know that's how they eat.
Oh, because remember she was like, I'm in the medical field as a nurse something. And I just can only think about the bacteria. Remember that when they last had the soup? And now she's thinking about pooping. Maybe that's how you were pooping. Why you had the the poops.
So he's eating it
Your
with his
body's
hands,
not
and he
used to it.
stands up and he leans over and kisses her. Yes, he noticed his eating hand he kept to the side, and he kisses her and says, God, this is so good. And she's like, I am so glad that you like the oha soup that I made and served to you. Now, here's where I noticed the 2 bottles of wine on the table.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's getting wasted. White girl
Ooh,
wasted.
she hasn't eaten.
No food. Her tummy has nothing in it,
No,
and
it is.
she is drinking copious amounts of wine.
Yes, she is. So, he's so happy because the soup, and she's just beaming because she's drunk. And she goes, I'm not going to be able to eat. Just remember, I was so sick. Glug, 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 glug. I was so sick.
But wine coats your stomach and soothes it. Everyone know it's medicinal.
No, 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 lady. It's called forming a base. You form a base with some bread, maybe
Uh-huh.
something, a cheeseburger. So,
She could there's bread there. Bread would be fine.
the bread would be great.
Just don't eat the soup.
So she says, I need to talk to you. So, you know how I told you I've been married a couple of times?
Okay, why with these bowel issues are you having this anxiety producing conversation right now?
I mean, literally, maybe the trip's almost over. I don't know. Um, and
You
she goes,
also just pooped on him this morning. Now is
right.
not the time to be asking for more forgiveness for something else unless he's into the pooping, which I suspect that he is.
That's a great point. He should have given it a couple days of good times to be like, now we're having
Forget
a
the
good
pooping.
time. Forget that I
Right.
pooped on you.
Yep.
Um, so I've been married 5 times. And he goes, God. And she goes, pass the wine. And he says, why didn't you tell me? You only mentioned 2. And then she goes, I know, I didn't want to tell you that part. And he says, you know what? It's okay. You could get married to 100 men and get divorced. But once you've met your God given husband, it lasts forever. So what happened with these men? And
He
she
is
said,
being too nice about this. He is
well,
happy because he got pooped on this morning.
Kimberly, he is overlooking it because he wants to get to America. Okay. So he says, so what happened? What's the story? And she goes, well, they weren't all faithful. And he goes, oh, so they all cheated on you. And she goes, I mean, just the 5th one. So he goes, okay, so tell me about the 5th man.
They weren't all faithful, but only 1 out of 5 cheated. Is that what
And
you say?
yes, that's what she's saying.
Okay.
And then he says, well,
She's not a mathematician.
tell me about the 5th man. And she says, well, we were married a few months and then they ran off to be with someone else and I could not locate them. But
They
when
were in hiding from you, like Michael and Angela.
and notice she's not saying him,
Yeah, them.
them. And she says, I could not locate them. But when I did locate them, I sent the divorce papers. But I am still married. And he's like, what? And she goes, I wanted to tell you before you proposed, but then you did it at the airport in front of everyone. And he is sweating and he's so mad. And he says, so I've been sleeping with another man's wife. Now, here is where she could have said, actually, you've been sleeping with another woman's wife. But she doesn't. She
Well,
says,
she could have said at any time because he kept going, tell me about first man. Tell me about second man. 5
yes,
men. He keeps saying men, men,
yes,
men.
yes. And
Anytime.
she says, well, we are legally separated. And he says, no, sleeping with another man's wife in my culture is a sin. They can banish you. And she goes, I've been separated from them
Mhm.
9 whole years. We have not lived in the same state. We have not slept in the same bed. We have been separated.
Right, but that's not his culture, and you made him complicit in your
Mhm.
lies and your sins, and now he has lied to his uncle father person
Mhm, mhm.
and the king.
Who's an actor, but it's fine. And she says, "I call you," he says, "I call you on the phone every day. You love me, and you have never told me about this." And she goes, "Daniel, we were separated." And he goes, "Shush, quit talking." And then she goes, I was scared to tell you. It took such a long time to get the divorce. But the divorce, it is almost here. Oh, I feel sick. It's all the wine and the lack of food. Oh, the
She's gonna
divorce
poop
is
again.
almost here.
She
Oh.
should poop again. He might love it.
And
That'll cheer him right up.
he says, I have told you everything about me and I never hide anything. Well, okay.
Eh.
And he says, "You have told me you love me. Sleeping with another man's wife, that is not love. My uncle came all the way here and my friends came, and now you're lying to me. This is just unbelievable."
They, like, traveled, I guess, to
Yeah,
visit,
I think so.
which is expensive.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think he's from that town that they're in. And she says, "I'm so sorry. Do you want the ring back? I will give it back. I will leave."
See, this
Dramatically
is
takes off the ring.
where the drunkenness is showing.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
she's fully slurring and
It's bad.
taking the he didn't ask for the ring. Now you're volunteering the ring. You want to
Yeah.
stay with this man, but you're volunteering the ring because 'cause you're wasted. This was
She
not a good time for this conversation.
She puts it on the table and walks away, crying. He mumbles, "Oh my God, I've been sleeping with another man's wife." And no, 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 no. Well, I mean, not really.
I
Um,
thought he was seemed fake, like he was talking to himself, like giving a monologue, like a
yeah,
soliloquy,
yeah,
but, Lauren on Pillow Talk was like, "Look how genuine of a person he is."
yeah.
Lauren.
Um, so she walks off and she dramatically goes and leans on the minivan. I call this the Tom Sandoval because Tom Sandoval did this on Vanderpump Rules when he went to Lisa Vanderpump's house. She's like, "What's wrong with you, Tom? Cheating on
Yeah.
Ariana?" And he was like, and he threw himself up against the window like this. So she throws herself in the Tom Sandoval up against the van with her hand and goes, "Oh, I'm
Woe is
not okay.
me.
Woe is me." So
I need the vapors.
so he is over talking to production so that we see the production setup and where they do the ITM. And he says, "Sleeping with another man's wife is committing the worst sin in my culture. I feel like someone has poisoned me." Um,
Someone poisoned her. That's what's what
well,
they're
that's what's
proving.
happened. Um, And the producer goes, "Well, in America," and he says, "Don't tell me in America. I'm engaged to another man's wife. In my culture, we don't do that. It's a very big offense. Lisa, this could have me banished because of her lies. This is forbidden. I don't know how now I will talk to God and the ancestors. Oh my God, now I have to ask for an apology." So we see him, he's talking to production. So she's like, "I'm going to go, excuse me, go, get out of my way. I'm going over there." So she goes over there and says, "Daniel, I am so sorry. Can we talk?" And he puts his hand up to her and goes, "Stop, go away." She gets on her knees and says, "I'm so sorry. I came to Nigeria to tell you the truth in person. I came here to tell you everything. I love you, Daniel. I want to be together forever. I'm so sorry. Please, Daniel, forgive me." And she is on her knees and he is looking at her like, "Girl, get off the ground."
Yeah.
He says, "You have messed up, and that is all I have to say." And he walks off. And then he does to the camera crew, "Don't follow me." Right. So the talking head, she says, "I feel so empty. He may never forgive me. And I haven't even told him everything. I should have told him in the beginning, but I waited and I waited. And now the worst thing has happened. I'm worried there's no coming back from this." Girl, he's this mad about this and he doesn't even know the
He
major
doesn't even
sin
know.
the lesbianism.
I mean, would that be better?
Mm,
Maybe because they wouldn't recognize that as a marriage. So then he wouldn't be an adulterer type person.
She said she had only tried the lesbianism one time, but in fact,
I
she
mean,
married
he'll be
2
fully
women.
mad about that.
Yes.
She's a full-on sinner in his eyes.
Yes.
Half her life has been deep in lesbianism.
Maybe Lisa and Daniel are the couple that goes away, and that's why we had to replace with we had to add in the new couple of Elise and Joshua.
Right, because I thought it was, Emma and Zied.
I thought it was gonna be Beer Can and
Laura
Laura.
and Beer Can, yeah.
Mm.
Wait, I'm sorry, are you not gonna address the funniest thing that has ever been said on this entire show that he said?
I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So she sits at the table and drinks herself into a complete stupor. She is pouring that wine and drinking it. And then she goes, I'm a fucked up person.
Yep.
She like growls. It was strange.
That was the truth coming out of her.
She cries. And she says, my God, I've been separated for 9 years. 9 years. I didn't even know where she lived. He doesn't even know she's a she. Oh my God. When he finds out she's a she, I don't even know what he's gonna think. I haven't even been with a man in 21 years. I don't have any hope anymore. Pass me that second bottle. So in the talking head, he says, she has called me a liar. She has called me a scammer, but she's the real scammer. I thought white people tell the truth. I have given her my heart. What did I do to deserve this?
I cackled. I left. Who told you white people tell the truth?
Who told you that?
What in the history of mankind has led you to believe that white people tell the truth?
White people tell
Here
the truth.
we are called colonizers, and we want what's best for you. Or Africans, get in this boat. We're just gonna go on a boat ride. It'll be fun.
We're gonna get you a job and a place to live. What are you talking about?
What you think white people lie?
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
That was hilarious. Also, are you saying black people lie? And so you admit that you are a liar.
No, I don't think he's saying that. I think he thought
I'm the one on it. I'm honest.
I'm honest. And I thought because she's white, she was
would
gonna
she be honest?
Okay. So she gets in the
never
production.
watched this show.
I don't definitely. So she gets in the production van in the back row and she's just like, he's never gonna forget this. I mean, I posted a picture on my Instagram because I've never seen somebody look so bad in my life.
This is the definite. This is what you would call sloppy, sloppy drunk.
Yeah. I'm going to show you the picture I posted. It is, in case it's gone.
She is sweating and drooling and smells like poop.
Look at her.
That is horrible. Her hair looks like Aviva. It is.
She looks like she has been beaten about the face. I mean, it is bad. So he gets in the van and gets in front of her because he's like, well, this is my ride. So
awkward.
They arrive back at the hotel. She can't even walk out of the van. Like, and nobody helps her. I was like, can a production person help her? She's going to fall.
She's going to fall. She might break a hip.
So she goes in the room and puts some things in a bag and drunkenly goes, I'm going to get a different room. And he's like, okay. So he's like, this room is tainted anyway with the pooping.
Yes. It'll never be clean again.
So she calls Faith, aka Princess, and says, I just told Daniel how many times I was married, still married, and I'm married, and it didn't go very well. Now I'm in a whole different room. I told him the truth, and he won't even talk to me. Faith, who looks like she was dead asleep, goes,
yeah.
So you even told him about the women? She goes, no, Faith, I didn't mention the women, only the marriages. Faith goes, you didn't just lie about the marriages. You lied about an entire part of your life. Yeah. He's going to be destroyed by the women. You have to tell him so that then you can come home and we can be done with this.
Exactly. I'm not trying to break you up, even though this will break you up.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you already broke yourself up.
She goes, I can't. He's never going to forgive me. How will he forgive that? And she goes, "I know you don't wanna tell him, but he will find out eventually. You need to tell him." And she goes, "Daniel is the one, Faith. He's the one. I want him, Faith. I want Daniel forever. I don't want it to be over." I was like,
She is whining like a child
"This
having a
is
tantrum. I
her
want
daughter.
him.
This is your
This is your
daughter."
mother. I guarantee you that you have heard this from your mother at least 15 times, because we know there were 15 moves during the childhood.
Mhm.
She confides in her daughter like it's her therapist, and she says, "He's the one. He's going to love me forever. She's the one. She's going to love me forever. You are the daughter. You should not be relying. This is so unhealthy. This is like what Sophie probably had to go through with her mom.
Yes. Yes,
And
always rescuing her. Yes.
this from toxic relationships. This is bad.
Oh, God.
At
I
least
mean,
Faith is a grown up now, but like,
just
that's your mother on TV looking like that.
it's so bad.
Poor Faith.
Poor Faith. Let's move on to Rick and Trisha.
Oh God, I forgot about them. Where
I
are my
know.
Rick and Trisha notes?
Yeah, I know.
Hang on.
Um,
Okay,
what
so Rick and Trisha, haven't seen them in a while. Missed her, him, not so much.
she's just so cute. Every time I look at her, I'm like, she's just so cute.
She's adorable.
Yeah.
So, and she seems really nice. So I hate this
know.
for her. So they arrive at their next hotel and he's like, "How can I make it right?" And she's pissed because he cheated, but also because he keeps accusing her of cheating, much like Lisa and Daniel, who kept accusing her. She kept saying he was a scammer. And
Rick
she's
is
the
a
scammer.
Rick is a deflector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing this like head down, mumbling, like, "I'm just a little boy. I'm just a sweet puppy dog. What did I do? I didn't mean to hurt you." And she's
Mhm.
like, "How can I trust you when you go home to America?" And
Mhm.
he's like, "She's not in my country, so you don't have to worry." And he's like, she goes, "You went to Colombia before. You can do it again."
And also, I bet you could find somebody in your neighborhood. Yeah.
Exactly. And he goes, "I promise to be faithful starting now." No, I mean, really now, starting now, I promise to be faithful,
Oh, he's the
even
worst.
though I promised that many times. So she starts crying and he gets down on his knees like Lisa. There's a lot of this.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." And she says, "I've been hurt in the past." And he says, "I know, I didn't want to add to it." And he says, "I promise." And she says, "Don't promise me again. You promised me many times."
Yep.
And he says, "Look me in my eyes. Look in my face. Look at me. I'm
Look
not
at
going
my
to cheat on
tiny, tiny little squinty beaver eyes. Hello.
I am not going to cheat on you. I'm going to make it up to you." And she just goes, "Okay." She's
Okay.
not even looking at him or
Mhm.
letting him touch her. She's just done talking about it. I think they've just traveled. She's over it.
Yeah.
So she says, "I'm still in love with him, but like I never thought he would be the cheater type and the liar type, and I've done that before, and I just don't know if I can ever trust him again." So
What about this man made you think he wasn't the lie and the cheater type?
exactly, because
Okay.
he said he wasn't, and
Oh,
she believed him.
well, there you go.
So, and he has kids, so she's like, "Oh, he's a family man."
Okay.
So every time in this episode where it shows B-roll of like an African village,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, it's Daniel and Lisa." No, we just had Daniel and Lisa. That doesn't look like Belize. Could that be Australia? Never once did it occur to me it was Rick and Trish. This is what happens when you leave our TV for 1 week. I
I
completely
feel like
forget that you exist.
same. They come back on and I'm like, "What's her name? What's his name?
Yeah.
Wait, where is he what? Madagascar,
Mhm.
huh?" Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
My mind only has so much room and they're
Yeah.
not staying in it.
Right. Good.
So they are watching this like fighting boxing ring and
Very vicious.
it clearly is not Australia. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm not well. So she said, and we had even talked about last week how they were going to see fighting and
Yeah,
her
yeah.
village are the fighters. We had talked about it. He's trying to talk to her about the fight and make her smile, but she's not giving it to him yet. But she does in like 30 seconds. She gives him a smile.
Mm.
So she tells us Moringa fighting, and they don't use boxing gloves to keep it historical and culturally accurate, even though you can break all of your bones in your body. But I guess culture is important. So
Yeah, it looked it was violent. It was
they did
violent.
have mouth guards in, so that was good.
Okay, well, that's good.
So Rick says, "How about we watch some fighting here and then do some wrestling at home?" Why are you so disgusting? You are such an offensive person to me.
He
You
is so gross.
This is
So
how you're
gross.
gonna win her back with gross sex like comments, like you're
Yeah,
trying to get into a girl who's half your age's pants. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
maybe just win her back by being a decent person. And I
Mm.
was like, "Do not fall for it. Trish, get in the ring and kick him in the dick." But
Oh,
that doesn't
wow.
I wanted him to punch him with no boxing gloves right in the penis, but it
Uh-huh.
did not happen.
I wish you would have said, "In our culture, if you're new here,
Right.
you
You have
have
to
to get in the ring and let these
Yeah.
2 guys beat you up, and then you're a part of our culture." That's what I wish you would have
Mhm.
said. Yeah.
Mhm. So she's like, and she laughs. She gives him a laugh from that dumb ass "let's go home and wrestle" joke.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was mad. And then she's like, "Okay, how about we each pick a fighter? And if mine wins, we don't have sex. And if yours wins, we do have sex." And he doesn't want to, but then he agrees because at least it's a 50% chance. And he's rooting for this guy, like, "Get me my sex." Like, "Get me
It's
laid."
gross. So
And
gross.
then his guy wins, and he's so happy. "I'm getting some tonight." And she says, "We had a fun day, but there's no way we're having sex tonight. No way. It's too soon, and I don't want him to touch me." So I don't know if that she's actually gonna stay with that.
Yeah, I feel like she'll probably
I
do
think
it.
she'll
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah.
So in the cab, he says, "Do you want me to meet your dad still?" Like, with all this going on. And she
Mhm.
says, "Well, I already told him you're here, so we can't back out now." And he says, "You're not gonna tell him what happened, right?" Because he's chicken shit.
Yeah.
And she says, "No, because he's super protective and he wants me to be in good hands." And he says, "That's what I want for you too, baby." And she
Ugh,
rolls
shut
her
up.
eyes.
Yeah.
And he says, "Hopefully your dad will see how much I love his daughter." And she rolls her eyes again. I was like, at least she's starting to see how annoying and cheesy he is, and has no real personality besides like
Sex.
lines he got from the internet about
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
So he's worried that they are going to meet the dad while they're still fighting. And he's also worried about this "are you going to have children" conversation that is going to come up with the dad. So
Well, he should be worried that the dad's gonna see this show and saw that he bought her a splash pad. That's what he
right.
should yeah, that's what he
That's
should
the
that's the
I hope
grossest thing.
that in their village they do not have cable. So,
I hope nobody
but
ever
I
sees
bet
it.
they do, but they maybe don't have a VPN, so
Uh,
they can't watch this.
we're gonna end with Forrest and Sheena, and, I was proud of them this week.
They did great. Molly, still disaster. She might be drunk, so who knows? They're still arguing at the pool in front of tourists who were hoping for some peaceful time and hoping someone will drown Molly.
Was
But
this at the Airbnb?
yeah, no, it's at this hotel in the they're not at the parents' house.
Okay, because I was like, "Is this the
No, no.
Airbnb?" Because all of a
They
sudden I was like,
left there.
"Wow." Yeah, okay, alright.
They're at like a hotel.
Yeah, okay.
So all of a sudden so it's the music's very tense, but then it calms down
Mm,
and Molly lowers her voice and you're
mm-mm,
like, "Oh my God, it's gonna be okay."
mm-mm.
And she her lowers her tone and she says, "The point is I worry about you and Sheena." So for like 1 second she's calm and we're
Yeah,
lulled into some fake sense of security.
right.
And Forrest says, "Well, Sheena and I talked privately and she explained things." And then Molly go, "Oh, I'm sure she did. Did she beg for your forgiveness too, Forrest? Like the 1,000 times before? How about you
She said
enlighten me? Or is that private too, Forrest?" And the
she
music like
said
goes right up.
she said, "Did she ask for your humble forgiveness?"
"Did she humbly apologize?"
Yeah, because that's what she always says.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, "Ooh, Molly." Yeah.
Yep. So Forrest says she has explained, and he's not explaining it well, and he's stuttering and getting a little nervous, and he's like, she's had traumatic experiences and that makes her lie. And Sheena's like, mental stress, say mental stress. Like
Mhm.
they're both not explaining themselves well. They should have written it down and
Yeah.
had like a speech prepared.
Yeah.
Molly says, so she's not going to do it over and over and over again for the rest of your life. And he says, Rome wasn't built in a day. He likes that phrase, but I don't
Yeah.
know what that. So Molly says, well, then why didn't you wait and have her prove herself? And why'd you have to get engaged now? And in their talking head, by that I mean the three of them. Only Dev is blessed enough to not have to sit on that stinky couch with them, all
He's
sweaty, crammed up next to each other.
mute. He's mute.
He's in one of those bathtubs. like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the only quiet time I get away from Molly screaming. You want her for a talking head? Sure. Take her.
I'll be in the pool.
Yeah. So Molly goes, Forrest, you're more full of shit than a Christmas goose, which the AI translation was, you're more bullet than a Christmas goose.
Okay. Yeah.
He goes, no. And Molly says, everyone has stress in their life. You can't just say, I'm under stress, so I'm gonna lie. She's that this mocking, sarcastic thing. You're too old for it. You're
Pillow
not
Talk
on the
doesn't like it either.
playground.
Pillow Talk, they're like,
No.
why does she do that? She's like so immature. So
It's
yeah.
like she's in 5th grade on a
Yeah.
playground. Like,
Mhm.
stop. So she says, Sheena says, Mom, I admit that everything I did was wrong. And Molly goes, here we go again. She was going to humbly apologize. And
Humbly apologize.
Sheena says, you don't know my past and I can't trust people. And Molly goes, well, we can't trust you. And
true.
Sheena says, I'm trying to get things over. And Molly goes, you're getting them over all right. Pulling the wool right over Forrest's eyes.
Yeah.
So back at the pool, Molly says, we've been dealing with this for 7 years until like 3 days ago she stopped lying. So she's a pathological liar. And I bet you'd stay with her if she did someone else too. Okay. I gasped. A few things here. First of all, it's diddled, not diddleded. And they should not have helped her out in the official subtitles on the bottom of the screen by writing out diddled, because that's not what she said. She said diddle did. Do not correct her. 2, don't say diddled because it makes it sound like she is a pedophile or P. Diddy. 3, they show a shot of Dev, his close-up face, and he is like, oh, damn, she went too far. Mal, you've gone too far, babe. But he doesn't say anything. He just is like, he gets real uncomfortable. So Molly says, wouldn't you forgive her? And Forrest says, Mom, the point is, and Molly goes, you can't even answer my question. And Forrest says, because your question is ridiculous. And he tells us, I am so unbelievably disappointed in my mom's reaction at this. This is so disappointing.
Yeah.
And he says, Mom, I'm going to take the dive. And if there's rocks, then it's my choice.
Okay.
I love a metaphor. So Molly says, you're going to be watching her your whole life and paranoid, and you won't be able to trust her. And I know that because that's what she's shown us for 7 years. And finally, Forrest is like, Dev, can you help me out here? Do you think it's appropriate how she is acting right now? And Dev refuses to stand up to Molly because he's scared of her, like all of us, or
terrified.
Molly is real freaky in bed.
Well, we know that.
And he doesn't want to lose that.
Yeah.
So Dev says, well, this isn't about her. It's about you and Sheena. And Forrest says, she's making it about her by the way she's acting right now. And I can't have a conversation with her. No, all the time. They love the sound effects in this family. Da 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 da. I don't even know. I didn't get it phonetically. So Forrest says, you need to accept the proposal or get out of our lives. And she says, "You're giving me an ultimatum, Forrest? Excuse me? Excuse me?" And he says, "Yeah, I don't like your attitude, and you've made it clear you can't mentally handle my decisions." And she goes, "Oh, wow, you're all the big shot now, aren't you? You're a big grown up." And he goes, "Yes, I am. Thank you." And Molly says, "I'm used to protecting Forrest because of his autism, and he's been hurt before. And now I feel like I lost my son." And she cries. "And I don't feel bad for you because you are pushing him away by acting like
Yes,
this.
she's the one that's like, "I don't
Also,
accept it."
you have overly babied him, and he is going to break free like any man would."
Yeah, I saw that she posted something very well written, which means she definitely didn't write it,
Mhm.
on
Oh, about how they haven't supported him financially and gotten government help because
yeah,
they're
like,
supporting him.
saying, "I've never been, like, a caregiver where I'm getting, like, government money for
Mm.
caregiving for him. He's always had a job and all this, so don't think that
Well, he
we're"
hasn't always had a job, but
yeah,
he's
it's
been on
like
unemployment for a while.
he's on disability, but I guess her point is
Disability.
she's not getting money from the government to be his caregiver. Yeah.
Right. I don't know why that would be what people are criticizing her for. There's so many other things in her behavior
Yeah,
to criticize her for.
like, if he got married, maybe she wouldn't get that caregiver money or
So that's
something.
why they
Yeah,
think she might be putting a stop to it. No,
yeah,
she just doesn't wanna lose control of the
that's
situation
right,
of her son.
that's
So,
right.
um, so Molly says, "Forrest, you have done this crap to me before, and I'm so tired." But bear in mind they are outside at the hotel pool with
Yeah,
people in the pool,
yeah, that's why I was
and
asking if they were still there,
it's
Airbnb.
nighttime, like, with lights out, and it should be like a peaceful environment. "You have
Should
done this
be.
crap to me before, and I'm tired. I am so tired of the mess you have thrown me into. And then when I crawl up out of it, you just give me the big bird. Next time, I won't be there to help you."
Benji is very upset by your dramatics.
I know. She's acting out like crawling out
Oh
of
my
a
god.
pile of shit. So
Oh.
Forrest says, "I won't call you for help next time. And, but you'll be in our lives." He's trying to be nice. And Molly goes, "You might be surprised.
No,
I
I
won't
don't
be
think
in your life."
no, I think you guys have a plane ticket home together in about 4 days, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So Forrest says, Forrest and Sheena leave and she thanks him for having her back. He could have had her back a little more during her being like a cheating whore allegations.
The diddling and diddle did
The
did. Yes.
diddling.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Um, but he did a good job. This is the first time he's ever stood up to his mom for like this. So good job. So he says, "I just can't believe I would lose my mom on this trip." Like,
Yeah.
that's not what this trip was for.
Mm.
Molly tells Dev, "Mommy needs to cut the cord and let Forrest learn his lessons." And Dev just goes,
Dev says,
nod.
mhm, mhm.
Mhm,
I've been telling you that for
mhm.
about 15 years, but okay. Yeah.
And she starts crying and she says, "I'm turning into Sheena," like, because she cries all the time. I was like, offer her some fruit, Dev. She loves the fruit.
She loves any
That'll
kind of fruit. She loves any
perk
kind of
her
fruit.
right
Yeah.
up.
I humbly apologize. Okay. Um, coming up on next week, Elise says, I told Joshua that made me choke. Sorry. I told Joshua I want to take things slow. But then she gets in bed in some like red pajamas and was like,
Mhm.
Joshua. Um, she's not gonna take things slow.
No, of course not. I hope she
Rick,
showered, though.
for sure.
Yeah.
As for all we know, she was on like Qantas Air where they have like showers on the plane. I mean, you know what I mean? She
Seriously.
could have been in
Yeah.
something like that. So Rick asks Trisha, "Am I the man you want to introduce to your family? Tell me now." And he's acting all, "I'm a little baby."
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And she goes, "Yes, I've told you yes. What else do you want?" Like she is so pissed at him.
So annoyed.
Um, Emma talks to a friend on the phone and says, "Everything went to shit with Zed, but don't be mad because," and then we see a picture of her going, "It's Muhammad."
Oh
So
boy.
she's like, "Oh my God, like I'm here for 2 weeks. I may as well like try to get laid. Okay.
Or you could
Um,
fly home early and get a job because you
try to get a
lost your
job."
job.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's another option.
Laura tells Beer Can that she talked to Michael and he really wants to come and meet him for himself. And he's like, no, he doesn't need to be in our lives. And then we go, ding dong, it's Michael. Hi. Okay. Um,
Oh, I
Lisa.
did see, before the More to Love
Yeah.
between
Oh,
2
yes.
before between 2 mores,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
um, and they had a little bit more of, a few scenes, but nothing that exciting. But Laura was telling, Michael about all the things they did and, like, how nice he was about the, plastic surgery consultation, and she's
Yeah.
like, "You have no idea how hard it was being vulnerable and showing someone your worst qualities,"
Yeah.
and he goes, "Yeah, I have no idea what that's like," and she because he has the
Yes.
scarring on his face, and she goes, "You're amazing. You're very amazing."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Well, she posted this week, like, can you believe it? Like a picture of her in the airport, like she's going back to Turkey. But I think she's going back to get the surgery. I don't
I
think
think
she's
so
going back to
too.
see Beer Can.
But she's
Um,
really playing it up. She's very playing the game on social
she
media
sure
where
is.
she's
Mhm.
every comment is like, "Maybe you'll have to stay tuned," and, like,
Yeah.
it's
She
very she knows
she's
what she's doing.
she's very active on the old social media.
Yeah.
Okay, so da da da. Michael comes. Okay, Lisa says, I am going to fight the tears and fight for Daniel. And she goes and sits with him, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And she goes, "I wanted to tell you I planned a romantic getaway." And he says, "Is this a trap? Like, is this it? Like, is this where how I die? Like, what's going on?" Then, okay, my TV cut off, but Jovan and Annalise were like getting pedicures or something. And he says, "Did I pass the test? Am I being nicer today?" And then she gets mad and says, "Never contact me again," and gets up and walks off. I don't know what happened in
So
between those things.
he says, "Am I being romantic? Did I do good by planning this?" And she's like, "Yes." And he goes, "You still have to be nicer to me, though. You're getting too comfortable.
That's what he said.
You
Yes.
should never be comfortable."
Right.
And
And
that's when she gets pissed, and she goes, "Leave me alone, don't come home," even though he's paying for her apartment. She
yeah,
needs I really wish she had kept her job. Then she
me
would not
too.
be financially dependent. She would have so much more ground to stand on in all
I
of these
agree.
fights.
Yes, I yes, because mm, because he is quoting the manosphere, being like, "You gotta always keep it got
100%.
gotta keep a woman on her toes. Don't get too comfortable." You got too comfortable with me being
Mhm.
nice. Don't like it too much.
Yep.
Um, God, I hope that either he has been deprogrammed or they broke up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I still think she's pregnant.
You do.
I think we saw a preview
Well,
where
we
he
did s
says, "I'm gonna be a dad," and she does a pregnancy
but
test.
again, it's Matt Sharp, and sometimes they do that, and
Yeah,
they could have
that's
cut
true.
off the first part where he said, like, "I can't believe it. Would I be a dad?" And they cut it off by him
Right.
saying, "I'm gonna be a dad," you know?
Right.
Um, yeah, it's so funny because on Love During Lockup, there's this next week is the finale, and they for 3 episodes shown this girl, Kaylee, being outside the prison like, "You told me I could pick you up, and now I can't pick you up." They keep showing it, and Keisha goes, "Here's what's gonna happen. There all it is he's gonna be able to come out and say hello, and she has to take him to a halfway house," and that's what she's upset about. Like, "They are
Yep.
tricking us," and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, we've been around the block too much."
Mhm.
And also on that note, Love During Lockup, they just let us know that next week is the finale, and we had no idea, and they're putting Mama June there until whenever, just
That's
unclear.
crazy.
So, we're trying to decide. I think we should put their Real Housewives of New York season 1 because that's a
Oh,
I think just, like, really mix it up.
the original.
The OG first season. Keisha's
Although
never
I
watched
do
it.
hate Jill Zarin right now.
Well, we all do, and that's why it might be fun.
It could be fun.
It could be fun. And I'm not even sure if Jill Zarin's on the first season, actually.
Isn't she fighting with Bethany, but they're best friends?
But is that the first season?
I kind of think it because I only watched the first couple seasons of that show.
Um,
So, or the
season
first 2
one,
seasons, maybe.
season one, Roni cast. Let me look. Luann, Bethany, Ramona, Jill Zarin,
Mm,
Alex McCord. The Alex McCord of it all is just wild. So Sonia must join the second season, and she's the one that's really funny.
she joins
Anyway,
later. Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do. Other people are saying, could you do 60 days in again? And I was like, well, number one, I'm going to need Kimberly to tell me what is a top tier season because
Some
we got
people liked it. They
some people
responded.
liked it. Some
I'm
people
so
liked it.
happy to hear that. Well, the
So can
first season is great, and it has a guy that you'll like because he's a little bit like Nate, and also no one's heard of the show yet.
mhm.
So, like, no one is suspicious of the inmates, and there's a really weird guy, like, so weird.
Okay, because that's the whole thing is that it's gotta have good people, because I was like, it can't just
Yeah,
be regular.
yeah. No, he's not regular. Nothing about him is regular.
Okay, okay. That's it, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is not the final boarding call because this is not the end of the show. We probably have at least 10 more episodes.
Mhm.
Why did they do this to us? We hate the titles. Match our PR prayers. And everybody, Kimberly and Katie are back, but like we've established, Kimberly's been sick, so your episode won't come out Wednesday. It'll come out Friday.
Yeah,
But it
hopefully.
was
Fingers
but
crossed.
it
Yep.
was a Dateline that I watched, and it was it a suicide? Was it not a suicide? That was the question.
Yeah,
If you have
and
to ask, probably somebody killed him.
prob well, it's a Dateline,
It's a
so,
Dateline, so yeah.
yeah.
That's it, everybody, and we'll be here in this spot next week, even though I'm going on a little vacay. If you want to follow us on a Virgin Cruise, it is at Pink Shade Pod, and the Facebook group I'm in that's for this particular cruise, because they do like Facebook groups for cruises. I think there's going to be some swingers on board, and we're scared.
I
We're scared.
love it.
We're scared. Or it just gives us some great stories.
Yeah, great
Okay.
stories.
But be following because I think we'll be doing live from there if we can.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll see you next week. Bye.